Hi guys, it's June 5th, 2011, Sunday. Probably going to end up doing two videos today because there's a lot of stuff. It's been a while since I did one for you. So let's just get right at it. On May 27th, that's how far back we're going, the Ithaca superintendent of the Ithaca schools in Michigan asked Governor Snyder to turn his school into a prison. And even though it sounds kind of funny, the reason he said that is because in the state of Michigan, students are only getting like $3,000 to $4,000 per student for the schools. But in the state of Michigan, the state pays $30,000 to $40,000 per prisoner. And the prisoners get 3 square meals a day, and they have all these rights, and they get free school and free college and all this stuff. And the superintendent, as a joke, but in a serious joke, said, you know what, just turn my school into a prison, and my students will be treated better than prisoners are treated. It's just a pretty cool, there's an actual letter that he sent to the superintendent that you can find on connectmidmichigan.com. It's pretty interesting. News from TEPCO on the Fukushima reactor. TEPCO is the company that built the reactors and ran the reactors. They actually admit now that 3 of the reactors have melted down, and there's large holes in the containment vessels, and the rods are actually deep in the earth. And this is stuff that we were telling you was going on 2 months ago that they're finally just admitting. You have a lot this week on the TSA. I'll go through different things, but there was an injured vet in a wheelchair. This is from May 27th. He was a National Guardsman, and the TSA, he couldn't get out of the wheelchair, so they were actually grabbing his crotch and squeezing it so hard it was hurting him because he couldn't get out of his wheelchair. The same date, a 71-year-old man who has a knee implant, the TSA made him pull his pants off in front of everybody, all the way off, and his underwear, and show that he had a knee implant. There was a woman that in Philadelphia that had a cowboy jersey on, and she was targeted by the TSA for a full body pat down, a full body molestation. And when they got done, they said, that'll teach you to wear a Dallas jersey in Philadelphia. That's the stuff these people are getting away with. Also on May 27th, these are all on YouTube. You can just type in TSA, and you won't believe the amount of videos that'll come up. A woman named Meg McLean was singled out by the TSA, and she wanted to opt out. She was, I don't know what to say, aggressive, but she was standing up for her rights. And they cuffed her to a chair and ripped up her airplane ticket. And it's more like, that'll show you how you can't treat us this way. In Santa Fe, New Mexico, the TSA has been there giving pat-downs for the school proms. So your sons and daughters, my sons and daughters, everyone's sons and daughters are going to be groped by these perverts that just love touching men's crotches and women's breasts. I've been putting in amendments of the Constitution pretty much every other day, just so people can remember what the Constitution is and what it says. Got some speeches here from Ron Paul. If you guys want to, I just give you some advice on someone that's going to run for president that you might want to support. Just look up Ron Paul and see what he stands for. He's a Republican out of Texas, but he's not really Republican. He only runs on the Republican because he can get his word out better. But he's more of a libertarian, a constitutionalist. Just look him up and see what he stands for and see what you think. Some other good news for Michigan: they're adding two more shifts at the Hamtramck plant. And they're also adding $88 million to the Lansing plant. So GM is trying to help Michigan along, it seems. There was a typhoon that was heading straight for Japan that they said was going to pass directly over Fukushima. It was downgraded to a tropical storm, but it still passed over Fukushima. So that would help bring down all this heavy radiation, the plutonium, the cesium. So those people in Japan are just, that whole country is not in good shape. And then plus it all gets in the ocean. It will eventually get to us. You won't be seeing people getting cancer in the next couple months, but in, you know, in the next year or two, you'll be hearing about cancer and mutated fish and all this stuff. Our EPA, our Environmental Protection Agency, has been found out that it's been giving money, to China, to their Ministry of Environmental Protection. So this is our tax money that we're giving to China. There's no sense at it at all. The Bilderberg Group is getting ready to meet here next month in Switzerland, so I'll be giving a lot of info on that. If you don't know what the Bilderberg Group is, Google Bilderberg Group. It's B-I-L-D-E-R-G-R-O-U-P group. And just Google it, and then you guys read to see what it is. I want you to do a lot of your own homework so you can understand where the stuff where I'm coming from. The state of Texas was going to pass a law saying that it was illegal for the TSA to grope people. They had it was something like 130 people from their House of Representatives passed it unanimously. It got to the state where 30 of 31 senators was going to vote yes for it. The federal government threatened them with a no-fly zone over Texas, saying no planes could fly in or out. So the senators called their bluff, backed down, and voted it down. And that's a new thing going on. Utah, New Hampshire, New Jersey, and California are all doing this. Somebody eventually is going to have to call the bluff of the federal government and vote this stuff that what they're doing is illegal. I got a picture of a melon-sized hail that fell in Norman, Oklahoma. It's huge. You see the picture of this. Got a pretty cool video of a baby. This is from Godvine, but it's also on my page. A baby that was supposed to die was given no chance to survive, and through prayer it ended up surviving. Got a video from YouTube of police brutality. 2 off-duty cops was at a gas station in Heartland Township here in Michigan, and they're going to buy some booze, and they were drunk, they said, when they got there, and they tried to steal all this stuff, and they flashed their badge, said they were cops, and guy followed them outside and tried to get their license plate number, and they attacked the gas station owner, and they ended up catching the guys. But I mean, this is not all cops are bad. 98% of them are great. 98% of them do their job. They want to serve people. They have a servant's heart. They want to help. But there's that small percentage, man, that just gets the power goes to their head. I reported to you guys earlier about a Marine that was shot 71 times by cops because they broke into his house and for no reason. And there's actually a helmet cam clip from the SWAT raid where, because the cop said that they banged on the door for 8 minutes and they tried to say who they were, and this video shows that there was no warning. They broke the door down, and as soon as the door broke down, you heard the hail of gunfire. So you can watch this video. I got it on kgun9.com. It's from a news station, but you can find it on my page. I just got a lot of other stuff here going on Mongolia starting to uprise now. There's just people are uprising against their governments all over the planet. It's an amazing thing. People got to take it back. We have a lawsuit filed against, there's this thing going on down in Texas, and it seems to be a lot of this stuff happens in Texas. But during graduation, this man and wife, husband and wife, filed a lawsuit against the school saying that they did not want prayers being said during the graduation. They took it to court, and the judge ruled in favor of the couple. Judge Rude said the school cannot say prayer, cannot say Jesus, cannot say amen, cannot say none of these words. So the school bowed down to 2 people. Out of hundreds of people that wanted to do it, only 2 people complained, and the school bowed down to them. And then yesterday it came out that they appealed it, and the appeals court said yes, you can pray, but this is the stuff that it's coming to. Obama admitted that he is looking to do gun control and to ban guns and to have all kinds of bad stuff against our Constitution, and he's doing it under the radar. That's his own words. He said that he's trying to come up with gun control under the radar, which a president shouldn't be doing nothing under the radar. Should be all out in the open. There's some police brutality in Washington, D.C. You guys have heard of flash mobs where people show up in malls or colleges, and they, like, one person will start singing, then a bunch of people join in and start singing. And well, they did it to Jefferson Memorial, and it was a silent flash mob. It was dancing. One guy started dancing, then other people joined in and started dancing. The Washington, D.C. police swarmed these people, slamming them to the ground. If other people were protesting, they were slamming them to the ground. They were threatening to arrest people that was filming them. It's a pretty interesting video. It's on my site from May 29th. It's also on YouTube. Police brutality at the silent flash mob, Jefferson Memorial. A lot of videos for Charles and pictures from Charles. In Charlotte, North Carolina, on May 29th, a church was pruning the trees on its own property, and the city fined the church $100 per branch for excessive tree pruning. This wasn't trees on city property or on the easement next to the road. It was on church property, and they charged them $4,000. And it doesn't say here if they're going to fight it. I hope they do. I hope they really fight it. We all know about the strange weather going on, the tornadoes. There was another tornado in Massachusetts, which never gets a tornado, where 4 people died. Here in Michigan, we've already had 4 tornadoes touch down by June 1st, which is not happened. Aspen, Colorado has more snow today than it did in winter. They're still getting snow in Aspen, Colorado. In North Korea, they arrested this guy for spreading Christianity, for just doing what he feels he's supposed to do as the Bible and Jesus told us to do, to spread the word. And thanks to the United States on their behalf, they released him, which is a good thing. Doctors in the CDC, this is from naturalnews.com on May 29th. Doctors for the Center for Disease Control admitted that flu vaccines do not work, but yet they still want to make it mandatory that everybody gets one. Now, you try to read between the lines on that and tell me what you think about it. I think that because of the mercury in it and the bad stuff that's in it, they still want everyone to get it because it makes you sick, it makes you sterile, you can't have kids. From the WhiteHouse.com, they're pushing churches to be green. They're trying to force churches to change how they do things and be green and electrical and all this other stuff. We're having a Father's Day cookout at our church in Corona and Mount Hope. If you guys want to come down, it'd be awesome. You can. I got a thing on the origins of Memorial Day. Pretty interesting read. One of my notes on Facebook. Memorial Day, we were out catching some rays, sun, vitamin D. Vitamin D is good for you. Go out and get some sun, you guys. You'll get natural vitamin D. You'll feel so much better. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this one now, and I'll start another one because my time's about out. So this is part 1, and part 2 will be here real quick.